Hello, movie lovers! Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and I'd like to bring you my review of Jerry and Marge Go Large on Blu-ray. This one was provided to me for review by Paramount. If you do get a chance to check this one out, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to include more information for the feelings to purchase one down in the description. So this one stars Bryan Cranston and Annette Bening. And in this movie, they're obviously a little bit older, and Bryan Cranston's character is retiring from a job he's worked at for, I believe it was 42 years. He doesn't really want to retire, but they're kind of pushing him out. And so he doesn't really have a lot of choice but to retire. And I believe they have a plan to get by, but they don't really have much money set aside, it seems. So they don't really have a lot of money to retire on, and they're not real sure what they're going to do with retirement as far as how they would pay to do stuff, or really even any ideas what to do. He really doesn't know anything but work, and he's just kind of lost, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And they live in a small town, and everything's kind of run down, and there's no money in the town. And he comes upon a sign for a lottery, and he is kind of like an expert with numbers, and he starts looking at it, and he realizes, and I hope I get this right, he realizes if nobody wins the jackpot once the pot reaches 2 million, that the 2 million gets divvied up between people who didn't win the jackpot, or something along these lines. So basically, non-jackpot winning tickets would be worth more, or considerably more. If you had so many numbers, you would get a considerable amount of money. And so he says, you know what? That's not even gambling. You know, if you spend a certain amount, you're going to win. He decides to take $2,000 out of their savings and buy 2,000 tickets. Now, he has written down how much he won, but I thought it said he won a little bit, but maybe it's a little hard to read, so maybe he lost money. And then he realizes, you know what? It wasn't a big enough sampling size, so he decides to take, was it $6,000 or $8,000 out, and it's almost all the money they have. And at least in their checking, they don't really say if they have a savings or what, but at least in their checking account, he pretty much almost empties it to go buy tickets, and he ends up winning. And he does this a few more times, buying thousands of tickets and winning money off of it. And then he starts to think, you know what? I got to let my friends and family in on this. I got to keep getting bigger and bigger and winning all this money. And eventually, at the same time, a college student comes up with the same idea, and they kind of compete with each other. And and of course, Bryan Cranston's character is really just out to help, of course, himself and others, while the college students are a little more selfish. And it also kind of goes into a little bit of like the lottery's feelings on this. And it is based on a true story. So it's a super interesting movie. Of course, the elderly couple who are trying to help everyone out. Makes you feel all warm inside. It's a good, heartfelt movie. And of course, Bryan Cranston is great. He's always great. Very enjoyable in this movie. And I felt like this was a fun movie, you know, with a lot of heart, fun to watch. And of course, even being loosely based on a true story, still very interesting. I always like stuff that's based on real events. And so I enjoyed this one, guys. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't already subscribed for more videos, check out Just Videos, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, the video is done. Choose another video. Still here? Subscribe, and visit my social media links.